that served as a kind of opiate of the masses. Contemporary historians are generally in agreement that these accounts gave Methodism more influence than the new group actually possessed in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Nevertheless, the prevalence of these theories illustrates the sense many British social and cultural historians have had that 18th century Methodism was disproportionately influential in British society. This chapter introduces the background and context in which British Methodism arose, focusing on the political and ecclesial context of 18th century England. John Wesley is widely regarded as the key founding figure of Methodism, and especially the Wesleyan tradition that bears his name. Although Charles Wesley was also crucial in the development of Methodism, John was more committed to the development and expansion of the Methodist movement than was his younger brother. The term Wesleyan typically refers to John more than Charles, though both are crucial for understanding early Methodism. So the second part of this chapter summarizes John Wesley's life. The Church and State in English Society. The monarchy figures prominently in the story of both English church and society. Henry VIII's 1509-47 reign marks a particularly important period in English history. Henry VIII was a committed Roman Catholic who was given the title Defender of the Faith because of a treatise he wrote defending the Roman Catholic understanding of transubstantiation against the writings of Martin Luther. The Act of Supremacy, 1536, declared that the king was the head of the Church in England and marked a formal division from Roman Catholicism, leading to a period of significant change and turmoil in English religion and society. Two immediate changes followed the Act of Supremacy. The first was a matter of polity, establishing the English monarch as the recognized head of the Church, not the Pope. The second change related to liturgy. Worship services were now to be conducted in English, not in Latin, which had been the standard across the entire Roman Catholic Church, regardless of the language of the people. Under Henry VIII, the Church of England remained largely Roman Catholic in its doctrine. The Six Articles, 1539, in fact, explicitly affirmed both the transubstantiation and celibacy of clergy, which were key Roman Catholic doctrines contested in the first years of the Protestant Reformation. Much of the theology of the Church of England was shaped by Thomas Cranmer, 1489 to 1556. Henry VIII had only one male heir, Edward VI, 1537 to 53, who was a child when Henry VIII died and was himself in poor health. As a result, Edward VI's reign was largely symbolic, with others making key decisions and policies for both church and state. It was during Edward VI's brief reign that Cranmer enacted many of the significant reforms to the Church of England. These reforms moved the Church of England in a Protestant direction and had a lasting impact on the Church. Cranmer was the key author of three significant pieces of Church of England doctrine and practice. The first was the Book of Homilies, 1546, a collection of 21 sermons that provided a model for teaching and preaching the core doctrines of the Church of England throughout the Church. The Book of Homilies sought to ensure sound preaching, regardless of the education level of the local parish priest. The second publication was the Book of Common Prayer, 1549, revised 1552, which became the official liturgy of the Church of England and continues to play a very important role in Anglican identity to this day. Finally, the Articles of Religion, 1553, were revised and expanded by Cranmer. The revision of the Articles, which grew from 6 to 42, pushed the Church of England in a far more Protestant direction doctrinally. After Edward VI's death, Mary I, 1516 to 58, the Roman Catholic daughter of Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife, came to the throne. Mary sought to return England to the Roman Catholic Church. As part of her efforts, several leaders in the Church of England were martyred. Thomas Cranmer and Bishops Latimer and Ridley were the most infamous martyrs during Mary's reign.